Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. Today we are going to continue our ongoing number of science flights, so many of you will probably not be interested in this video, including myself. But the important thing is that we document every flight because that documentation leads to credibility. So, for our missions today, we will hopefully have a few quick missions. One is we need to fly back to the ice caps because, like some sort of novice, we forgot to gather a crew report while we were there, which is humorous to remember that Jebediah, while running all of his experiments on the ice caps, forgot to look around and see what he was actually a part of, which that's going to happen to a Kerbal now and again. Also today, we're going to try to do a materials study in the water, and we are also looking for a material and goo study in the highlands. So we're going to go ahead and start by flying, hopefully, to the ice caps. It has been a while since I have done this, so this might not go perfectly as planned, but if we fall short, we can hopefully still land in the water and get that material study. So we'll activate our SAS, look at our resources, and we shall launch. Alright, as we go on, we're going to begin pitching over. About a 60-degree angle now. And we're going to need to turn pretty significantly if we want to get on track here. Jebediah, of course, excited to be back in the pilot seat after a pretty lengthy hiatus. Let's go ahead and check our flight path here. Not quite what I was looking for yet, but that's alright. They still got a fair amount of fuel left in the tanks. Throttle down here. See if we can extend this a little bit as we get closer to our apoapsis, but it looks like we're going to be very, very short. And that's what happens when you're out of the simulator for a while, I suppose. Well, that's going to be all she wrote. We got about 45, maybe 50% of the way to our target. That's okay. I told you this was going to be a boring flight. For water, we are still looking for a material study. Speed things up. Doop-a-doo. Yeah, well, that was at least a little bit of science that we garnered off of that. Kind of surprised, actually. Observe the materials bay, and that gives us 10 science. Let's go ahead and recover the vessel. $13.5. Now that entire mission, we really, or the whole purpose of today's series of flights was to gain enough, so that's the wrong complex, so that we could unlock our fuel pumps, which, believe it or not, we just did. So that's going to give us some RCS fuels. I'm sorry, RCS thrusters, some RCS fuel tanks. We've got our nice Rockomax engine. I don't use it that much, but it does have its purposes. And of course, the external fuel duct, which is going to greatly increase the ability of us to create liquid fuel rockets. So we'll go ahead and research that, and then we're going to go ahead and try one more flight back to the poles, and this time I'm going to try to do it more like the first time and not like that last time. So check our resources. This flight is way off. But that's alright. If I can't figure out how to do this again, we will just go to the Highlands, which is of course where our main mission objective was the entire time. That other guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, talking of going to the ice caps to the poles. That was never our mission. We were deliberately giving out false information so that we could catch anybody who was trying to spoil the mission for those who are anxiously awaiting each and every launch. And as such, very much like printing up merchandise saying Revenge of the Sith, we just wanted to discourage those kinds of spoilers. So I just want to make sure that's a little too much, that we are firmly within the highlands, which we should be. That is a pretty nice mountain range right there. Very much like Han Solo here. Somebody wanted to be around when I made a mistake. This could be it, honey. We get a great view of the highlands. That's good. We can do a goose sample, possibly, of flying over the highlands. Negative. Always encouraging to watch the rocket you flew here on explode some 300 meters below you. And here we are looking for a material study and a mystery goo sample, as we have already done everything else in the highlands. We observe the goo. Materials show little sign of change, though one of the samples appears to be judging you silently. And that should knock both of those off of our list. Crew report flying over the highlands, material study from the highlands, mystery goo from the highlands. So I can just make sure that those are crossed off of our list there. 14 science, not very much, but again, just nice to get those things out of the way. Okay, done. So that is sadly going to be the video for today. We didn't make it to the ice caps. I will have to actually sit down and either rewatch the footage or not be exhausted while trying to fly to get us back there. And also we will need to do a trip to the deserts. But before I do those, I think we will have a good space mission up next now that we have unlocked the fuel pumps. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next time.